Menschenfresser, Menschen haben auch ein Herz für Kinder. Menschenfresser, Menschen leben meistens viel gesünder.
Anybody else really tired of COVID? Welcome back. I know it's been a long time. Already starting with the swearing, but I blame COVID for that. That's my COVID excuse. New bike. The Indian Scout is goodbye. It was fun. It was a brilliant cruiser. And if I wasn't such a tallish freak with back problems, I would have kept it. But this is South Africa. And we have so many beautiful scenic routes that I decided, not only for myself, fuck that, actually it's all for myself. I want to go on tour again. I want to see Namibia. I want to do Sani Pass again. Lesotho, wherever the hell it takes me. And for that, you need a vehicle with at least a 21-inch front wheel. So, gentlemen, which one do you think I chose? And the candidates are KTM 790 Adventure R. Test rode it. Okay. None of the bikes I'm talking about here are bad. The manufacturers, each of them have done a pretty decent job. You know, there's no bike where I would say, Jesus, what a lemon, stay away from it. No. KTM, okay, KTM's dealer support, maybe because I went to the wrong dealership, but it didn't exactly, And this is because 790 Adventure Rs are quite rare. There are no second-hand models. That's how popular they are. It speaks volumes for KTM and what they have done with that bike. Test riding it, it was small, almost like a clown car for my height. The engine was a peach, suspension, far as I could tell, great. It had those horrible Karoo 3 tires on, but never mind. I liked how it handled, the weight was low, because it has those big testicles at the bottom. But, and there will be a lot of buts here, okay? So LGBTQI, whatever. There will be a lot of references. The biggest but with KTM was price. Okay. Because they're so popular, they don't go under 200,000 Rand. Okay. 200,000 Rand is roughly, call it 15 Rand to $1, call it 16, 17, depending on how the mood swings are of our corrupt government. Okay. The big but with KTM was the amount of plastic, okay? You sit on it. In front of you is like a medieval shield of plastic. It's plastic this, it's plastic that. The LCD is tiny. It's, it doesn't fill you with confidence that it will last. And there are a couple of forums. I know, there are only a few cases where the engines are failing and all that. Look, KTM has never been for reliability unless it was maintained by me. So, KTM, I would have gone for it, but the quality of the fit and finish, price performance, didn't like it. Okay, fair enough. Also, my freakish size, I didn't feel comfortable on it. Standing up, no problem, couple of bar risers, lower the foot pegs, perfect. As you all know, every motorcycle needs to be adjusted for the rider. We'll carry on. So, KTM was on the list to purchase. And our next contender. BMW F850 GSA Adventure Super Pro Plus Plus, you get the idea. I'm not a fan of the 1200, 1250 GS. Main reason is because I had to do this a couple of times on tour. Okay? The BMWs are great, the big ones, the 1200s. They're like your couch at home. You can go anywhere, and if you're reasonably competent, these bikes are amazing. They've got a real short towing cycle, better than the KTM even, but that's because they're small wheels. Forget it. And don't even mention the stanchion issue and all the recalls, okay? We're focusing on the 850. Now, BMW is German, so am I, but they went the way of the British, meaning here's your bike, here's the list of extras. Okay. The most cost-effective, read cheapest, that I could find, which was reasonably spec'd, okay, came in at 207,000, not including on-the-road tax, hey, my children need to get into college, and my smile isn't free dealer, okay? So, but there were some things about it. Ergonomics for me, good. But there were, you know, it's if you look at it in front, it's big. It's there to impress. But those side panels, there are hollows where an entire fist fits through. Okay, why? Why make such a big bike when you can slim it down a little? The engine, much improved from the previous 800. That one put me to sleep. I mean, the vibrations of that motor, it was boring. I mean, I was pretty much, when I test rode that several years ago, I was ready to ram it against the tree just to get some excitement from riding it. Hey. So, BMW was also one of the few that offered a maintenance plan, but that's mostly linked with the cars. So that was already, hey, very good. But here's the kicker. If you read the terms and conditions, the bike doesn't belong to you. No, it doesn't. If anything, during that warranty period and all that, the bike belongs to BMW. I kid you not, read it. So I purchase a bike, yet it's not mine. Who are you, Apple? Regardless, it went on the list of purchase. Next contender. Honda, the Africa Twin. The one that started everything. Well, next to the BMW R80, obviously. Again, dealership, service-wise, stock level, piss poor. Okay, sitting on it, ergonomics didn't wow me, and it was one of those gut feelings where you sit on a bike and you say, it's not tickling my testicles. Regardless, also I didn't like the fit and finish was a bit. If you look at the Africa Twin, behind the front wheel, the frame, it's just this silver tube going down. I'm like, that's a little ugly. And of course, the back part of it, the frame, square tubing. The welding wasn't good either. Accessory-wise, also a little slim. So, okay, it was within reason. But again, price of 220,000 rand. And this is not the top spec touring model. We're dealing with the CRF 1100L manual. The prices of these things are not cheap anymore, huh? But Honda's reliability, favorable reviews, it doesn't have tubeless tires, which was a little bit of a drawback. BMW had tubeless, KTM had tubeless. Don't know about you, but if you've ever tried changing a tube out in the bundus, you know my hesitation. Happens, right? Okay, but it went on the list. And our next contender. Okay. I have never been a fan of the British. Okay, I test rode a Tiger 800 XCX and a 1200 Tiger Explorer. My friend JP, who's in the UK. Engine was smooth, acceleration plush, but ergonomics was shit. I mean, my size 13 kept hitting the exhaust cap. Started melting the rubber of the sole. So, and then I went to KTM, tried the 1190R, and I was in love. Because, I don't know, the triple is smooth. It's effortless, it's plush, it's, you know, it's a beautiful engine. Where the KTM's twin was raw. It was, I will put you in the fucking ground if you treat me wrong. A little bit of dangerous, you know. It was like a woman in premenstrual syndrome. You know, you approach with caution and bring gifts. Does that work? I wouldn't know. Regardless. So, the new Tiger came up, stock level great, dealership service. Hey. Chap named Rob said, hey, come here you go, have a test ride. Fine. Test ride, engine was great. It had a little bit more vibe than the normal triple, reminded me a bit more of a twin. But that's the new technology apparently. Electronics, Jesus, I was hoping to play Tetris on it. Tetris, for those of you too young to remember this, was a addictive game where things started dropping down onto the screen and then disappeared when you built the wall. Kind of like Trump, you know, he also tried building the wall and never materialized. Anyway, electronics, you know, gyroscopic, ABS, rider modes, this thing had everything. And it was 229,000 Rand. I was very impressed with the extras. Heated seat, heated passenger, heated grips. Hey? Already had crash bars on Bash. You know, there wasn't really too much to add to it. But price was the highest of all of them. So, on the list. And everybody's favorite, the Yamaha G700 Tenere. It is November of 2020 here in South Africa, and only now are we getting those in our country. Huh? All the way from Japan. Can you imagine that? Okay, the rain's coming down, so I'm going to have to shout this a little bit. The Tenere. I sat on it, ergonomics, great if you're a tall person. But it's manufactured cheap. All the reviews you hear of the instrument panel doing this when you ride, that's true. The plastics are thin. The engine is great, it comes off the MT-07. 100%, right? Other than that, it's got a couple of issues where if you drop it, the exhaust can grinds into the thing that holds the wheel. Swing arm, there we go. Okay, now, this bike, stock availability, everything sold out, the first one. The next lot is coming in January 2021. Okay, now, what is the pricing? In the United States, you can grab this thing for $10,000, okay? Guess how much we are getting at it here? 200,000. And for what you're getting, that's not ideal. Price performance is shite. And it's not even, you know, you get extras, crash bars, acroprop edge, etc. No, it's the bare bottom bike for 200,000. You would have to spend another 20 to 30,000 to get the racks, everything else, you know, just to make it comfortable again. But at least all the accessories are available because it's such a popular bike. So on the list it went. I kind of, you know, I wish I had the chance, or Yamaha should have taken the chance and really shown the market what they're capable of. I would have sold it for 160,000 Rand. There would not have been another KTM sale, Triumph. nothing would have sold if Yamaha dropped it to 160. They would have taken a knock, but the market would have been flooded with that bike. Or if you had a seller at 200,000, add crash bars, add the Akrapovic silencer, you know, add the extras. But don't tell the guys who have been waiting for this thing for how many years, how many months? 200,000, stock is nearly sold out. Hey, guess what? We don't have to try very hard. But regardless, I'm a sucker, I'm a masochist, on the list it went. So gentlemen, ladies too, what do you think I bought? Come on, guess. Yeah, I know, it's channel KTM. I mean, it's already orange behind me. Yeah, you guessed right.